Rhea Ripley didn't ask. She didn't negotiate. She didn't even pretend to respect the champion standing in her way. She looked straight at Jade Cargill and said 5 words that shook SmackDown to its core. I'm taking your title by force. Not I'll earn it. Not I deserve it. Not even I challenge you.
By force.
Let me ask you something right now before we even get deeper into this madness. Do you think Rhea Ripley crossed the line with that statement? Or is that exactly what a real challenger should say to a champion like Jade Cargill? Drop your answer in the comments right now. Because what happened on SmackDown March 6, 2026 wasn't just a confrontation. It was a declaration of war. And if you blinked, you might have missed the exact moment when the entire women's division realized something terrifying. This isn't a rivalry. This is a collision between 2 unstoppable forces. The arena was already buzzing before either woman even appeared. You could feel it, that strange tension in the air that tells you something huge is about to happen. SmackDown had already delivered some explosive moments that night, but everyone knew the real storm was still coming. Because earlier in the show, the reigning champion Jade Cargill had issued a very confident message. And if you know Jade, you know she doesn't whisper confidence. She shouts dominance. Standing in the ring, title draped over her shoulder, Jade looked completely untouchable. Her message?
Simple.
There is no woman in WWE who can take that championship from her. Not skill, not strength, not speed. No one. Now here's a question for you. Do you think Jade Cargill is currently the most dominant woman in WWE, yes or no? Because if your answer is yes, you're not alone. 4 months now, Jade has been bulldozing through the division. Opponents haven't just been losing to her. They've been surviving her. And some haven't even managed that. Her matches don't feel like competitions anymore. They feel like executions. So when Jade stood there on SmackDown declaring that nobody could take her title, a lot of people believed her. But then the lights shifted. The music hit. And the entire arena erupted. Because stepping onto that stage was someone who doesn't believe in Jade's dominance at all. Rhea Ripley. And the moment her music blasted through the arena speakers, the crowd reaction said everything. Half the crowd exploded with excitement. The other half braced for violence. Because whenever Rhea Ripley walks toward a championship, chaos usually follows. Rhea didn't rush. She didn't sprint to the ring like someone desperate. She walked slowly, deliberately, like a predator closing the distance. Her eyes never left Jade. Not once. And Jade didn't look away either. 2 of the most physically intimidating women in the entire company staring each other down before a single word was spoken. Now pause for a second. Who do you think is stronger, Rhea Ripley or Jade Cargill?
Seriously. Think about it.
This might be one of the rare matchups where fans are actually split down the middle. Because Jade is pure explosive power. But Rhea? Rhea is brutality mixed with endurance. 2 completely different monsters. And SmackDown was about to let them speak. Rhea grabbed a microphone. The crowd was buzzing. Everyone expected the usual challenge speech. Maybe a warning. Maybe a tease for a future match. But what came out of Rhea's mouth instead? Nobody expected it. She didn't compliment Jade. She didn't congratulate her. She didn't even pretend to respect her reign. Instead, Rhea slowly looked at the championship, then back at Jade. And she said something that instantly changed the tone of the entire segment. She said Jade had been dominant. She admitted Jade had crushed opponent after opponent. But then Rhea tilted her head, smiled slightly, and said something that made the crowd explode. She said Jade had never faced her. The arena reacted immediately. But Rhea wasn't finished. Not even close. She stepped closer. And that's when the words dropped like a hammer. I'm not asking for your title. The crowd leaned forward. Jade's expression changed. And then came the line that is now echoing across the entire wrestling world. I'm taking your title by force. The place absolutely erupted.
Cheers. Gasps.
People standing up. Some fans screaming. Because those weren't just fighting words. That was a straight-up threat. Let's stop here for a second. Because this is important. Do you think a challenger should have to earn a title shot? Or do you like when someone just storms in and takes it? There are fans on both sides of that debate. Some people love the old-school grind. Others love chaos. And Rhea Ripley? She just chose chaos. Now here's where things got even more intense. Jade Cargill didn't look intimidated. Not even a little. In fact, she started laughing. Not nervous laughter. Not uncomfortable laughter. The kind of laugh that says you just made a huge mistake. Jade stepped forward until the two women were nearly nose to nose. And if you could feel the tension through the TV screen, imagine what it felt like inside the arena. Jade raised her microphone slowly, and she reminded Rhea of something very simple. Everyone who steps up to Jade says the same thing. Everyone says they're different. Everyone promises they'll be the one. And every single one of them ends up flat on the mat. Then Jade leaned closer and asked Rhea if she really believed she could do what no one else has done. Now let me throw this question at you. If Rhea Ripley and Jade Cargill fought tonight with no rules, who wins? Don't overthink it. Drop your answer in the comments. Because judging by what happened next, we might not be far away from finding out. Rhea didn't answer Jade's question. Instead, she did something even more disrespectful. She reached out and tapped the championship belt. Not aggressively. Not violently. Just a casual tap. Like someone inspecting something they're about to take home. The crowd gasped. Jade's expression instantly hardened. And just like that, the atmosphere changed from tense to explosive. Because Jade slapped Rhea's hand away.
Hard.
And suddenly the two women were face to face again. Closer than before. This time with zero smiles. Zero laughter. Just pure hostility. You could see security starting to move closer around ringside. You could see officials standing up from the commentary area. Everyone knew what was coming. And then, Rhea shoved Jade. Not a little push. A statement shove. The crowd detonated. Jade stumbled back one step, then lunged forward. And just like that, the fight was on. Punches started flying. The crowd was losing its mind. These two powerhouses weren't grappling politely. They were throwing bombs. Rhea swung first. Jade answered immediately. Forearms.
Clotheslines. Hair grabs.
The kind of fight where you stop thinking about technique and just swing. Now let me ask you something honestly. Is this the most physically intimidating women's rivalry WWE has ever had? Think about that for a second. Because when Rhea Ripley and Jade Cargill start throwing hands, it doesn't feel like a typical women's division fight. It feels like two titans colliding. Back in the ring, chaos was exploding. Jade tried to overpower Rhea with pure strength. But Rhea answered with a brutal knee to the midsection. The crowd roared. Rhea grabbed Jade, trying to lift her for riptide. But Jade fought free. And then Jade responded with a massive pump kick that sent Rhea staggering into the ropes. The audience was on their feet now. Security rushed the ring. WWE gives us this match on a major premium live event. Maybe even the grandest stage of them all. And if that happens, it could easily steal the entire show. But there's another possibility too. What if this rivalry doesn't wait? What if these two keep attacking each other week after week on SmackDown? Imagine the chaos. Locker room brawls. Parking lot fights. Contract signings exploding into violence. Because if the first confrontation was this intense, what happens next? Let me throw one more debate question your way. Who has the better finishing move? Rhea Ripley's Riptide or Jade Cargill's Jaded? Think about it. Both are devastating. Both have ended matches instantly. But which one would hit first in their match? That's the real question. There's another fascinating angle here too. Respect. Or the complete lack of it. Most challengers try to show at least some respect to the champion. But Rhea didn't. Not even a little. She walked in and basically told Jade the championship already belongs to her. And that level of arrogance can either lead to legendary victories or humiliating defeats. Which direction do you think this goes? One thing is certain. The women's division just became must-watch television. Because this isn't a polite rivalry. It's not a friendly competition. It's two dominant forces trying to prove who truly runs the division. And based on what we saw on SmackDown, neither woman plans to back down.
Not now.
Not next week. Not ever. But before we wrap up, let's talk about the moment that might define this entire feud. That simple line. 5 words. I'm taking your title by force. It wasn't flashy. It wasn't poetic. But it was powerful. And sometimes in wrestling, one sentence is all it takes to start a war. So, now I want to hear from you. Answer these in the comments. Did Rhea Ripley disrespect Jade Cargill, or was she just being honest? Who wins if this match happens tomorrow? And is this the biggest women's feud WWE could possibly book right now? Let's see what the Ring Rumble community thinks. Because one thing is certain after SmackDown March 6, 2026, Rhea Ripley didn't just challenge Jade Cargill. She declared war. And if this rivalry explodes the way it looks like it will, the entire WWE landscape might never be the same again.